Okay, today is Monday, August the 17th, 2015, and we're looking at the water vapor loop for the Northeast Pacific. And last night we were looking at some thunderstorms, some very large thunderstorms right here that were swirling around, and they are now being blown apart. This whole area has developed into one giant uh, 2 or 3 cells, huge, probably about more than half the size of California. All right, so let's go ahead and just take a look at that right now. This is the southwest water vapor loop, and we can see what's happening. Uh, these are being blown apart. 1, 2, 3 blasts at different times, but very close together in time. These first 2 blasts occur probably within about 2 hours of each other, and you can see the blast pattern all the way around. Okay, so they're not allowing the storms to pass out into the ocean and then move back and deliver rain to California. That's the mission, is keep the rain out of California. And we're seeing a good example right here. Okay, here's the rainbow loop, the infrared rainbow loop. You can see a blast pattern, and these are just disintegrated. The heat they put on these cells, on these storm cells, is so hot that it evaporates the water. Okay, and that's what we're seeing. Here's the visible light mode, and we can see the blast ring for this side of it. And also down here on this one cell, we can see there's an indentation right about where the pen tip is, right there, where they hit that storm right after the sun comes up. That sweep that goes across the screen is the sunrise. And right after the sun rose, we can see that they hit this bottom cell. All right, there's a dent there, a pock mark. And we can see the shock wave on both sides. Okay. So they destroyed that. That was a good chance of rain for the southwest, for California. That would have spun right around and brought some rain to California. They didn't let it happen. Let's look at it here. This is the big color infrared loop. So all this weather was spinning around a high that was parked here by a transmitter. They generated a high pressure that actually was over Texas, and it moved over this way. All right. Now, this depression here is spinning around this high that's been generated in the last day and a half. And my contact up in Central California has mentioned that there's a lot of chemtrails in the skies up there today, and that's because of this flow. So they're chemtrailing all through here, and the flow is going onshore, and there's no rain. All right. And this is pretty much the same picture as yesterday. We've got a blockade set up here, and that's keeping this storm from merging with anything down here. Some of that moisture is wrapping around down here, though, around this blockade and joining up with this low pressure. Okay, so that's what's happening there. And we'll have to watch and see what happens. We're going to have a lot of steam and a lot of humidity from this, and that'll wrap back around. And sometime this morning or later today, we are going to see a lot of chemtrails here in Southern California. Right now, excuse me, the skies are very clear, And a very, very nice looking day today. But as this wraps around, you're going to have to chemtrail in order for all this moisture and steam. You're going to have to prevent that from rebuilding. So they will probably chemtrail this area, and that way when it wraps around, it won't deliver any rain. So we'll do an update later on that. So that's pretty much just a short update, but we can see clearly what's happened here. This is a blast pattern all the way around. We can see all sorts of high velocity activity going on here, leaving the center of the storm. Okay, so that's pretty much it. We'll do another one later.